Michelle Durden, retired U.S. Army veteran and also chairwoman of Humble Warrior Wellness and Yoga. I've had many requests for more yoga related to running and walking. So this is yoga for runners and walkers. That's simple. Please modify anything for your ability today. Remember, just because you could do something yesterday doesn't mean you can do it today, or you may do it better tomorrow. That's okay. So just be present. Know that this kind of targets areas for runners and walkers. Let's get started. So most runners and walkers kind of have an athletic body, athletic mindset. We're going to start standing. It's a little more physical. So standing postures, I like to bend my knees, draw my quads up slightly, rotate them in slightly, create a little space in that sacrum area, roll my shoulders back. My palms can kind of shine to the front. I draw my chin in slightly just to lengthen the neck. And I'm just standing tall. But I'm turning inward. I'm feeling my feet. I'm feeling aligned, just standing tall for a moment. If it's comfortable, you can close your eyes or soften your gaze. Softening your gaze just means bringing your vision lower than the horizon. It kind of calms the body. Take a few breaths. And now we'll get started. So widen the stance, kind of an umpire stance. We're going to reach way high in one direction and make some big circles, bending at the waist, bending the knees, just kind of feeling that range of motion. Maybe one more. Of course, in yoga, whatever we do in one direction, we want to do in the other. So let's unwind. And return to that mountain pose. Then hands come to the hips. Step the feet out again. And go ahead and shift your weight all the way to the right. Then press your glutes back. That's your booty. All the way to the left. So we're just doing like little half circles. Really kind of pushing into those hips. Feeling that IT band, the glutes, the legs. Scraping the back. And then pause, then we'll shift our hips to the left. Press forward. Your range of motion may not be as great, but now we're getting at those hip flexors. And pause. Come back to standing. You guessed it, now our best hula. All the way around. 360. Oh, this feels good. And pause. Do it in the opposite direction. That might feel a little different. You might hear some cracking, popping, snapping. And release. Stand tall. Just check in. And let's bring it down to the floor. So on the floor, I have some props, blocks. If you don't have blocks at home, you can do like firm books, but you may need them, you may not need them. So starting out, we want to extend the right leg long, bring the left leg in. I like to lift up that real estate, pull it, set it down so I can feel that sits bone under that leg. I want to check in with the knees. If you feel any knee pain, grab that block, rest the knee on it. So I'll demonstrate with the block. I like to flex the foot, toes to the nose, heel pushed out. Inhale up, exhale, hinge forward past your feet, even if it's mentally. And then I like to anchor my hands. Maybe I draw my toes back, maybe my range of motion, I'm just holding onto my ankle or resting on the floor. But I'm in a hinge, so my spine is long and straight. Then if that feels okay, I can exhale, draw my abs to my spine, and maybe I lower my head toward my knee. If you want to go deeper, you can add that little hurdler stretch where you reach across, grab the pinky toe side of your foot, and really draw your upper body to your lower body. Then the most important part, breathe. You can hold the posture, but try not to hold your breath. Keep breathing. Then you exhale, release the hands to the floor. Inhale, walk your body up. And then we'll just switch sides. So I'm gonna lengthen my left leg, draw the right one in, check in with the knee. If it feels okay, just leave it. If you have a little knee pain, a lot of runners and walkers do, we'll just support it. Remember, a block has a low, medium, or high height. I have it on the low. Then I reach under, kind of move that real estate, feel that bone. I'm in good position. I straighten the leg, invite the toes to my nose. I'm pushing through my heel. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge forward. Find that anchor, whatever that looks like. Take a few breaths here. And if I feel like my body can go a little deeper, exhale, bring my head toward my knee. Maybe I reach across for that hurdler stretch. And then try and find stillness. Keep breathing. And just hold it for a longer hold. Then release the hands, inhale up, and you guessed it, we're gonna extend both legs long. Sit tall like a capital letter L. I like to straighten my legs, maybe my heels float off the floor just for a moment. Then I soften that stance, inhale up, exhale, hinge, 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 find my anchor. Exhale, bring my head toward my knees. So I can feel a deep stretch in my hamstrings here. You can hold it right here, or if you'd like to go a little deeper, I make my peace sign with my fingers, index and middle. I hook that big toe. I'm pressing my toes forward and pulling my hands back. And you can feel the whole back of the leg kind of open up, activate, and then exhale, release and relax. Do what's right for you. Lots of options. Then release your hands to the ground. Inhale, walking up. And we want to draw the legs in. Cobbler pose. We bring the soles of the feet together. Interlace the hands around your toes. My toes are cold this morning. I draw my knees up, and then I want to come into this space. So I have a nice long spine. Exhale, I release my knees down. Again, check in with the knees. If you need a block, you can do so. In this tall cobbler pose, I'm bringing my feet as close to the groin as comfortable. You can add some neck stretching here. Might be nice to turn your head to the left and then lower the chin down toward that collarbone or clavicle. We've added a neck stretch, top of the shoulder stretch. Might even feel good just to shake your head a slow no, side to side. And release, turn the head the opposite way, lower the chin down, holding, and then a little side to side. Let's keep the soles of the feet together, but push them out, push them forward. So this is a diamond shape or butterfly. We'll hold our shin bone. You have this play in your seat, so you want to scrub your body forward. So I'm at the front edge of my sits bones. Exhale, hinge down. And we want to support the head. So maybe we use a block again. Maybe we rest our head on the block. Maybe that's too far away. So we build a little tower and rest our head. When the head is supported, the head weighs maybe 10 pounds. Our body's in protect mode, so our low back doesn't want to stretch fully or safely. So by using the block or supports or stacked hands, I can rest my head in my instep. But I've also been doing yoga since 2007, so honor your body. Maybe your forward fold looks like this. In this butterfly or diamond position, I invite you to bring in a breathing practice. On the inhale, allow the belly to fill and round out like a bowl. Exhale, draw the belly to the spine. So on the inhale, the belly is rounding, bowl breath. Exhale, drawing in. Maybe you do a few bowl breaths. And when you're done, release the hands, inhale up, and sit tall. So I've been in this position for a little while now, and it might feel a little achy. So here's a little rebounder, intermittent posture. We can just windshield wipe side to side. Kind of breaks up the energy, resets the hips. Nice. Now I really want to use these blocks. I'm going to bring them to the front of my mat. And we're going to move dynamically between a lunge and a hamstring stretch. Dynamically just means move. So I want to find a nice position like tabletop where I'm on hands and knees. And I'm going to grab these blocks. They're just like extensions of my arm. I want to check for some good alignment. I'm going to draw up my left foot. You can tuck the back toe or leave it down. But I will exhale and press into a lunge. Here it feels good to turn the back foot over. So this is actually like a split. You can see my hip flexors being stretched, hamstring. But then I can tuck the back toe. I'm actually going to pick up and walk with these blocks. I'm going to walk backwards into a nice little hamstring stretch. So my hips are square. Maybe I reach forward, bring my head toward my knee, or just hold it. And remember, you can be at higher levels if your hamstrings aren't so agreeable. So walk forward, lunging, tuck the back toe, hamstring stretch. Maybe this third time we'll go a little deeper, a little longer. Tuck the back toe, walk back, hamstring. Come back, find that tabletop. Of course, whatever we do on one side, we want to do on the other. So I'll grab my blocks again. This time I'm drawing that right leg forward, walk the blocks up, press into my lunge. I like to lift my head, neck, chest. Really presses into that hip flexor. The hip flexor is like that little, like you're tucking your hand into the front pocket of your blue jeans, that area. Tuck the back toe, walk back, hamstring stretch, honoring the hamstring. They could be different on either side. Maybe we reach forward, head to knee. Walk it forward, lunge. Tuck that toe, walk it back. The third time we'll hold it a little bit longer if it's accessible. When I do a long hold, I like to just turn inward and focus on the breath. Tuck that back toe, walk back one last time. Maybe I stay right here, hips are square, or I hinge forward a little or a lot. Listen to what your body is sharing with you. And then we'll walk forward, draw the knees in. I'm just going to set my blocks to the side. Find a nice tabletop here. So wrist is under the shoulders, knees under the hips. I like to tap my feet out and put a little energy in them because we walk around in shoes all day. Those are like little foot prisons. Then scrub the heel of my hand toward my knees. Draw the belly up slightly. I'm a nice strong table. Inhale, lift the head and tailbone. Spiral the arms to the front. Exhale, lower the head, lower the tailbone. Round that upper back. And just alternate and cat-cow a few times. Perhaps linger where it feels good. pause, ending in tabletop. And then we'll bring it all the way down to our favorite position, the final position, the resting position. And it can be however you like. Maybe you lie in corpse pose, if that feels good. Maybe you take these blocks, tuck them underneath your knees, take some pressure off the low back, or I invite you to try reclined butterfly. So just like we did before, I bring the soles of the feet together, the knees fall out. This time, support the knees. I walk myself down, maybe to a pillow or a bolster or the floor if that's accessible. Adjust. I like to lay the hands on the low belly so when I inhale, I feel the belly rise up. Exhale, it softens. You're invited to stay in that reclined butterfly pose for as long as your day allows. Come out of it slowly, take a deep inhale. Exhale for centering, grounding. Thank you for joining me, runners and walkers. I hope you incorporate this practice or some aspect of it in your lifestyle fitness. Peace.